playing, unfortunately, doesn't feel as decisive, and it feels like they're overextending in a lot of these trades.
Hey, sometimes it's all about the mental game, right? Fatigue can be a factor.
In a best of 3?
Well, think about this. Monster Visions played the whole day. They played a lot of games, and they waited for a long time here. Maybe just the fatigue might have gotten to them.
I don't know about
Have
this
a little
one.
bit hope for Malaysia, man.
I don't know about this one. But the way they played in game number 1, especially when it looked like they were just driving their head into a wall and just praying that the wall breaks first, it doesn't. I don't see it happening just
Why
yet.
not? Have you seen in movies where you throw somebody in the head on the wall and it breaks?
Yeah, but usually those aren't actually cinder blocks, you know? And usually professionals.
Why would you spoil the fun?
Look, the world is a cruel place, and the faster that you accept it, the less you get hurt by it, right? Rebellion with the bans of the Export, the Loyi, and as well as the Angela. First pick the Moskov, and it looks like they want to rinse and repeat. But MV this time, good adjustment. They ban out the Farmis, and they also ban out the Chippin as well as Harith, leaving Valentina open. That's something that Fakes can play, but more importantly, at least they're not going to get disrupted by the Netherrealm.
Oh, okay, fair enough. If they want to double down this composition again, it's not that much of an issue here. But if they want to play towards the later stage of the game, they need a solution on how to deal with this Moskov. Because game 1, it felt like the Moskov was kind of not there until the ultra later stage game when Cars was able to get all maxed out items.
Well, personally for me, I think this goes to show two things, right? I do want to see Ruff actually get a Roger just to know whether he can actually win that lane matchup, right? It's not exactly the easiest, but it requires mechanics. But MV opt to go for the Valentina and as well as the Arlet this time. Looks like Nova Escobar is back.
That's the thing, right? I don't think Ruff plays a lot of Roger, but even if the games that he played with the Roger, they didn't really go well. It feels like they're just uncomfortable with him playing Roger.
Well, I feel like he's not winning the lane hard enough to justify Ruff playing it. I think he's okay on things like Claude, you know, the traditional marksmen of sorts. The Ruby is kind of a unique strategy to MV specifically, but let's see what else Rebellion wants to play. Because now that the farm is gone, it looks like it's still a teamfight-centric fight. They go for the Barats as well as the Minotaur. Rather interesting, because now that the mid lane has been shown, right? It could have been a Farsa, and that Farsa really destroys the Barats after he locks onto somebody for the Daytona's welcome.
Do they pick the carry right here? I feel like the carry isn't too bad.
The carry's not too bad. I would agree with it.
Like, if they take the carry...
Actually, ooh, it's between carry and Fredrin right now.
Ooh,
it's either or. You only get one of them.
Oh, this is a very, very tough call Monster Vicious has put themselves in. Like,
honestly, they could still play the Ruby if they wanted to.
Ruby go lane?
Yeah, they still technically
against
can do
the
it.
Barats? Who's gonna peel that? Oh, finally, we get to see the Fanny on Uni.
Not bad.
But that's the thing, right? Barats technically can still catch the Fanny, but it's gonna be very, very difficult, and it's gotta be very precise with the Daytona's welcome.
Yeah, mid-air in the middle of the cables.
We've seen it happen.
It's definitely possible. I don't deny that, but I do think that, you know, MV is kind of in an interesting position because their composition, as much as they want to have like as many of the areas of the game covered, their team fighting doesn't look that great, especially against the Minotaur. It's going to be really, really difficult to get into these fights unless they create lane advantages, which is what I'm expecting to see with Fanny and as well as the Arlet.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a little bit of a tough battle here for Monster Vicious. But let's see. They banned the Alpha for Monster.
Are they? They're expecting this Barats to go EXP.
Really?
They're expecting it. It's a potential flex pick. I can't deny that. It's a good flex pick as well. Like Arlet, what are you gonna do against? If it's Arlet EXP versus Barat, it's EXP. Barats has the best time in the world. He just clears the wave and AFKs.
So. Okay, you know, interesting enough, they don't really want to deal with the Alpha. I think Alpha true damage is kind of broken in this current patch. We haven't seen too much about it, but Sky Piercer up on Alpha, is that good enough? I
think it's pretty darn good.
Really?
Adaptive damage, and this is like to get you to the point where you can reach level 12, which that's when your ultimate is like what, 12 seconds long. So you could basically just take an engagement, walk away, re-engage if you wanted to.
Okay, fair enough. Roger getting banned off means that Ruff... Well, I don't think Ruff is going to play that at all. Like, they need a marksman. Edith is a pretty good pick, but they banned it themselves.
Yep. No, it's way better if they ban out the Edith than it is picking it up. I'm going to be perfectly honest here.
Okay. I feel like they should get the Edith for themselves, but for them to ban it off, that's a bit weird because the Minotaur has been shown. Like, they don't really want to deal with the XP either. Maybe?
I mean,
they want to ensure this Arlott wins the XP lane? It's weird.
That's a good point,
it feels like Monster Vicious, they want to ensure that Arlott wins his matchup.
I mean, if it was against the Edith, he guarantees wins that matchup, right? Earth Shadow, you just dash at him. There's literally nothing else. Onward, just dash at him every single time.
Weird. It's weird towards the headspace coming from the drafts here from Monster Vicious. Is like they want to guarantee Xeno wins his winning matchup.
I mean, worst comes to worst, they can throw the Arlott to Nova, right? I think that's totally fine. At this point, I don't think there's an EXP lane that can really affect these three on the side of Rebellion. Maybe Lapu, but even then, it's a little tough to actually catch on to this Moskov without another set of CC to follow it up with.
They need something to peel both the Barats as well as the Minotaur, or they want to replicate the heals. In this case, if they want to go for the Matilda again, I wouldn't be mine, but nope, it is going to be Rome, Arlott, and Tamus XP instead. So these okay. Is Edith good against the Tamus? Is Alpha good against the Tamus?
Is Alpha good against the Tamus in
later
stages?
Considering they banned them just to set up for this Tamus pickup.
No, it's not necessarily just the ban out for this Tamus, because it's coming to a point where the EXP matchup doesn't matter as much, except for these outlier picks, and the outlier picks being very much based in the early game or very much just too tanky and needs time to scale, right? So MV have opted to say, we still need turtle presence, and if they are winning their lanes, even better. So putting the Tamus in that position, he always wins the early. Oh, the Lunox from Rebellion, so smart.
Oh, okay. You know, they bring in the Lunox. I like it. It deals with the tankiness as well, and I think Lunox is the perfect hero for Wishing Lantern, if we actually see it.
I don't think she even needs it in this game. Who do you like chunk out? Oh, Wishing Lantern.
You know, on top of the darkness, on top of the Wishing Lantern, that's just double the damage. It just one-shots anyone.
I mean, you one-shot. You don't need the extra 10% when you're already in darkness form, right? I think a Sky Piercer
with the Lethal Ignition.
I think that the Sky Piercer is probably more worth it.
On a Lunox first item?
Yeah.
Okay,
in comparison to the Wishing Lantern, I think there's a lot more use cases for it. Because right now, when we look at MV, it's not like their lineup
Gold
is
laner.
super tanky. And let's not forget that Lunox scales really well into the late game as well.
Fredrin completely ignored from both sides this game.
Yeah, I was expecting to see Fredrin for the side of MV, but I mean, they've set up for the Assassin. Let's see whether Yuri can actually create a snowball for the team.
Yeah, I want to see how this Fanny is going to work here. But so far, I like Rebellion Zion's draft a little bit more. It's a little bit more solid, and it still kind of mirrors on how Game 1 want to play in terms of sustainability, right? Like, Barat's extremely tanky, Minotaur can heal, Ruby can heal, Lunox has his own innate ability to kind of heal as well, which is... And if he goes for the Clock of Destiny, which I don't think Lunox is going to go for it here, but if he goes for that, it's even more sustained because of the Elegant Gem.
Let's see how this is going to play out, right? I think I'm curious to see what emblem specifically Nova took. I know he likes to go Common Emblem, but there is two cases where he goes Brave Smite, or if he opts to go for the Concussive Blast. Both has its uses. Both kind of gives us an idea of where he wants to play in the early 4 minutes of the game.
We shall see. We shall see. But now, without further ado, we are going to be jumping into the game, the final series of today here. Game 2 between Rebellion Esports versus Monster Vicious here. Monster Vicious now match, I would say, last chance here to actually have a little bit of hope to qualify for the LCQ and match point for Rebellion Esports.
All right, let's see if they can equalize it. Uni currently on his own purple buff on the mirrored side, same side of the map actually. Vincent going to be starting on his orange, and they're going to be ending up on the EXP side when it's all done with the full clears.
Oh, Vincent already. Nova getting a little bit cheeky here, taking a little bit too much damage. Oh, sway low. Ouch, that hurts.
Well, that's what happens when you don't take Concussive Blast, am I right? That Brave Smite ain't going to be very useful in the earlier stages of the game, especially without an escape mechanic, and especially if it's 2v2.
Feels like it now. Fakes, he's going to try to get a little bit of chip damage here, but the heals from RDDZ just completely out-heals the spell of this Valentina.
Yeah, they're losing a lot of pressure here.
This feels bad.
I mean, it is a bit of a feels bad. It just means that the mid lane gets the move first, but they're splitting up their resources, right? They're sending Lunox to the top side to hit level 4, but they also want to maintain pressure against Ruff.
Speaking of Ruff right now he's gotten a comfort pickup with this carry.
Yeah, he's gonna get frozen on. I think Ruff should have just waited for that wave to just die on its own.
Yeah. But feeding the lane on the bottom lane, Monster Vicious not gonna be able to set up anytime soon. Rebellion also gonna be playing a little bit of a slow tempo. I guess they are waiting for the 2-minute mark before they start invading those jungles. But so far, both sides just, you know, being very respectful now.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Every single time we see Rebellion Esports play, they always go for the early rotate pre-level 4, right? One wave before actually hitting the traditional level 4 timing when you rotate to the EXP side. They like doing this a lot. And Monster Vicious, they're like, whatever, we're just gonna push out that mid lane one more time and then start approaching.
Yeah, they want to secure those turtle first for Rebellion Esports. But now Nova is gonna be dived on as well, gets dragged back in, first blood, 4 cars, and that's gonna be a really unfortunate news here. Sui Low gets to get out the brilliance here. Fanny finally shows himself, but the turtle already down by Rebellion, and now with the creep coming in, do they secure it? Uni gets it for the team, so nothing super loose. Not a big loss yet for Monster Vicious.
Not yet, that is. It's a slight gold lead from Rebellion Esports, but not that big a deal. They just need to make sure that Ruff walks out of this lane ahead, ideally. Maybe fakes to get a better ultimate, because unfortunately in the earlier stages the brilliance doesn't really do that much damage, right? So I think he's better off trying to force the brilliance out of Suelo with the Minoan Fury.
I think it comes down to a stage where Suelo is just using it to buy time for the team, right? Like, they've just got so much re-engaging too, you've got so much sustains, and if Monster Vicious sticks around too long, they're just gonna get whittled down and peeled apart.
Actually, speaking of which, Suelo opted to go for Temporal as his main emblem.
Oh, the smart cars now. He's gonna be dived on, and he's gonna die there. Great snipe down coming from Uni. But the rest of Suelo here, does he find one? Darkening. I know he wants to. He's gonna go for it as well. Yes, but just comes in. He's gonna go down. Zeno is there. Uni recalls back. He's finally joining the fight, forces the brilliance, and now he's looking for a re-engage control. Doesn't need it. Okay, he's dead.
I thought it was gonna be a temporal difference there, but unfortunately, the heal, you could see the orb flying towards him just a little too slowly.
So unlucky, but nicely done here coming from Uni. Monster Vicious able to equalize a little bit, but Rebellion, they have something installed. They want to stop this Fanny. Purple buff comes in, but from behind Nova is getting dived on as well. Bidon's rage comes in to try and stop the tempo. Uni secures his purple buff. Now he's gonna join the fight, and he's gonna fight back lines while he fights ODDZ. That's a double kill for the Fatty.
Oh my goodness. Wow, that was a great recovery coming in from MV. That initial engage coming in from specifically Nova did not look good. He only hit one person with that final slash and didn't even hit ODDZ, who decided, you know what, if you're not gonna hit me, I'm gonna start this fight anyways. Luckily, good recovery from Yuri at this point in time. When we're looking at the items, no Sky Piercer first item. It's going to be a Blade of Hepta.
Oh, here comes Daytona's welcome on. Vincent gets dragged back in. He might fall to this here. Fanny with the wall spams and the turtle secured. Rebellion Esports walked into it, and now D is going to try and create a gold plating. Uni flying top side, Suelo almost get picked apart, but MV with a very, very good recovery.
Yep, they managed to hold on for now, pulling the gold lead to their side. See how much they can develop this small gold lead into ideally an Avalanche. It's hard to say, right? Because so far Uni has been getting access to the back line, and eventually Cars is going to come to a point where he's really difficult to take out. He hasn't finished the War Axe just yet, but then after the War Axe, does he commit to the full damage, or does he commit to just being tanky? And I think tanky is probably the answer.
Yeah, speaking of tankiness right now, it seems like Uni, he's not looking to go for the Sky Piercer at all. So, you know, always gonna be here. But at the same time, Rebellion Esports, they've got a big problem with this Fanny right now.
I think he will eventually go into the Sky Piercer. I think for now, the Blade of Hepta is not bad. Initial damage helps him with the burst. Much better than getting a early Sky Piercer as well.
Oh, it's tough, but gold leaderboard here is going to be favoring DS and get Vincent as well. Not getting that early lead that we kind of expect of this barrage, because eventually Ruff is going to be able to make quick work on this dinosaur very, very soon if this game drags into its later stage. But as soon as I say that, Rebellion, they're trying to force a fight down bottom as well. Nova scouts out two members of Rebellion. They keep calling Fakes. It's way low. On the other hand now, Zeno with the vengeance, he's going to be able to get out. Fakes now with the stolen brilliance, tries to turn the fight as well. The rest of MV is coming in. Uni find cars on the top side, solo kill. But the rest of Rebellion, they're getting doved on. And Monster Vicious in a little bit of trouble here. ODTZ finds one, but D from behind wraps them apart. They made the mistake without Uni, and now Nova needs a little bit of safety net here. Uni needs to get this kill. He's gonna be able to fight D instead. Now Audi running for his dear life. He doesn't have energy. The heal saves his life, and he's gonna be able to get out. Cars a little bit too late, but Monster Vicious, sheesh.
Steel Legging Diff. Steel Legging Diff. It's still such a cost-efficient item, man. It's so good. Uni, despite being 3 levels ahead of the Minotaur, still unable to finish him off there. I think at this point, you might need to consider getting Sky Piercer for real this time. Turtle now spawning, and hopefully Monster Vicious can actually recover from the staggered, from the initial staggering of the death timers. Oh, Fake still opting to steal Renops' ult instead of the Minority Fury.
Yeah, that's. I think it's more of a safety net to do a little bit more damage there. But nevertheless, Uni, they need Uni to get super crazy. He's got 5-0-2. It's a good start for him. He's level 11. This turtle should be in the hands of Monster Vicious. Meanwhile, Rebellion Esports, they're gonna try and do something to the full lane. Suelo comes in with the Terrify. He's in a little bit of trouble here. Suelo, is he able to proc the Brilliance in time? No, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be able to get out. Uni secures the turtle for Monster Vicious. No, actually Suelo died. What?
Fakes was able to walk up to help conceal, and now we see the rest of MB collapsing.
Oh boy, now Minon's range up on ODTZ. He needs to get out, but he's gonna be delved on by Uni with the cutthroat.
Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. This is the snowball that we expected to see from the side of Monster Vicious, right? If Rebellion Esports loses out on that Minoan Fury early on without enough follow-up or doesn't find the right targets, that's when MV is able to re-engage into these fights. So, if Zeno, with the help of his Vengeance as well as his ult, is able to buy that much time, that's when you see Monster Vicious actually find an advantage during team fights.
Well, speaking of team fights right now, Rebellion Esports. Uni, oh no, he missed the cable. Oh, okay, doesn't matter. He's gonna try here. Here comes the stun from Gar, saves the day. Uni's dead. Oh my goodness, just one pixel mistake, and Uni gets punished.
Yeah, Uni, he's probably thinking like, man, if I had Sky Piercer instead of Olympic Roar, that would have been a kill.
Yeah, maybe, just maybe.
Don't worry, he's building up to it. He's got 2 gloves already with the adaptive damage. He's most likely going to complete the Sky Piercer, and it's good that he died early, right? Because that means he doesn't lose any stacks.
Rebellion. Now, better continue with this assault. This tier 1 might potentially fall here. Rump is there, but he's going to be pulled in. Here comes Flicker forward with I'm Offended. Purifies out. Nova goes for a final snatch. He catches 2. He's going to try and buy a little bit more time. Minon's range will only catch Rump. And Nova, he needs to get out from the wraparound as well. They are going to try and collapse with this Monster Vicious. They're tanking their way through, but where's the damage? Where is Uni? They need to do something because he's going to fall. Everybody went in 1 by 1, and now Monster Vicious, they get completely collapsed on by Rebellion Esports. Why?
Man, these team fight calls are so bad. They're really, really bad. They need to keep into account travel time, which they keep initiating these fights, saying, hey, we need to fight right now. We're about to get the flag. We're about to. When you're talking about to get the flag, nobody mentioned that you're going to take the longest way possible for it.
Oh no, Uni, he got chain stun. He cannot move at all. He got stuck in the cables, and now the Lord in the hands of Rebellion Esports. Everything that went right for Monster Vicious has now gone to smithereens now.
I think that MV, instead of taking that fight off on the top side, they just give it up, send Uni down to the bottom, and they probably would have already gotten to tier 2.
Oh my goodness. Tier 2 fall. Monster Vicious, they need one more. They need Uni. But at this stage, it feels like every plan they've thrown at Rebellion has gotten down and reset it, and both sides now equalizing, and even worse, Rebellion having a 3k network lead.
Yep, I don't know about this Valentina build, but let's see. Next tier 2 should end up collapsing. I would have liked to saw Fake's gotten more damage. Oh,
I'm Offended comes in. Zeno still holding on to the Vengeance for now. Monster Vicious not going to be committing too hard yet. Uni going to be going for the split push. Meanwhile, Lord knocking on the top side now.
Yeah, camp, I mean, it's not like Monster Vicious can really defend it. So I think this is the best. Oh, hey! The Lantern gets purchased! Yay!
Okay. Suelo going for the Lantern. He's going to try and drag on Zeno with the Vengeance as well. He's going to try and pop his way through. Uni looking for the angles for the takedown. But they're still waiting for the right play. D going for a couple pokes in. Zeno still holding on big, taking a little bit too much damage here. Here he comes, aggressive Brilliance coming from Suelo. He's gonna pay with his life. Mistakes were made. They secure the tier 3 for Rebellion, but they lose Suelo in the process.
The Suelo tried to BDD this game to out of existence. MV, good response. Very, very good response to dodge out of the Brilliance initially. Because he's got the damage, right? Suelo, he's got plenty of damage now that he has he's got the Lantern. He's also got the, I thought it was the Holy Crystal, but instead it was actually the Blood Wing. So he can actually sustain a little bit more damage than expected. For now, I think that like if Suelo wants to start trying to swag on Monster Vicious, he absolutely can do so because there's still 60 seconds left until the next objective spawns.
Oh boy. Speaking of fights here, MV, they're setting up a very, very nice Vambush here. If they get the right target, it's going to be good. But Ruff, he had to reveal to try and steal the lethal. But unfortunately to say, Rebellion still gets it.
I mean, they're using Ruff as bait right now. That's why he's playing overly aggressive. Zeno waiting in the
flank. Oh no, Cars.
He's fine, he's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You should only be worried about if Ruff is too close to fakes, like right now.
Well, okay, in this case, Zeno is going to try and make an attempt here. He's got the Vengeance to try and break this out. Ruff gets free hit. Minon Rage comes in to try to stop the tempo. Baras first of all. 2 Brilliances has been dropped, and now Uni looking for the finish. Cars is able to buy a little bit more time. D now re-engages the fight. Can he survive? Yes, he will. He finds a double. He needs lifesteal. He needs heals. MV is only one left alive. He needs to run. Uni looking for the hunt. He's looking to try and backdoor as well, but Uni forced to defend this, and D will be able to find an escape. Can he though? Fakes hits him off as well. He's got the Purify. He's got the Terrify, and Ruff gets the kill. They finally take him down.
It's not necessary to... he's trying to purify the Spear Misery, right? But I don't think it's worthwhile just for that one staggered kill. D is going to be a little late for this upcoming fight, but they were basically guaranteed this Lord with or without him. So I thought, regardless, it is pretty hilarious the extent of what MV is willing to give up in terms of resources just to get an advantage.
Oh my god, let's take a look at the instant replay here. Rebellion, they got a little bit greedy to try and steal the purple buff, but Nova is able to force out in a very awkward position. They could not burst Zeno down in time, and it allowed Udi to get this purple buff and take advantage of those Sky Piercers that he needed. And because of that, he was able to get like 2 or 3 kills, and I believe he's up, what, max stack on that Sky Piercer by now?
No, currently at 10%. He purchased it when he had 6 kills, so now that it's 10, he got 4 kills off of that. I can't remember the next time he died, so I don't know if he only has like 1% extra.
Oh, that's going to be a problem for Rebellion, because if they get chunked down too low, Uni is going to be able to finish them all off.
I mean, the number to beat right now, it's... Oh.
Okay, now the Tones welcome comes in. They are able to gobble out Nova. They made a little bit of a small mistake. Walked right into the mouth of the dinosaur. Like, can we get a replay of what happened? Like, how?
Nova whiffed, and then the pushback pulled both of them into Vincent. I mean, Nova... I'm guessing he thought he had flicker, but it was 10 seconds off. Maybe he thought he had an angle. Tough to say. Tough to say. At the end of the day, he whiffed. What can you say? What can we do about it, right?
Boy, that is mistakes. Monster Vicious now. They have the lead, and now they have to defend. It's gonna be 3 versus 5 down middle here. Uni nowhere to be found. They need to find a way to force the fight. Zeno with the Vengeance is gonna try to buy him one more time, but it doesn't matter. He is gonna go down. Uni missing the cable. Not looking for the wraparound. They're trying to go for the finish, but he's still waiting as well. Brilliant's still alive. Baker's getting counterplayed as well, but Udi, he got caught by AudiTZ mid-air.
That's 2 times in a row. AudiTZ knocked him out of his steel click cables already. 2 times in a row. Usually it'd be a different person, but here comes the end game.
Oh my goodness, Spear comes in. Ruff, he's gonna be dived on as well. They're not taking the Spear. Udi looking for the cables. He still can't seem to find anyone here. Sway low will lose to Ruff, but Udi, it's up to him here, but he got caught mid-air once more. It might be over. It's only Nova left. 4v1. He's got the final stash. He's got Zeno, but there's no minions. There's no minions.
It's fine. It's fine. As long as Vincent has the stacks, both Nova and Zeno can't cut through Vincent.
They need fakes in 4 seconds here. Nova, he's going to throw his body for this as well. Nova does have the Toro fight.
Why?
Comes in. He's going to clear the minions. They're going to hold on. Fakes getting dragged back in. Crystal exposed. And Rebellion, they're holding on, but they're taking so much damage. D will finally finish them off, but it is GG, well played. And Rebellion Esports denies the revenge, eliminating Monster Vicious from SPS.
Rebellion Esports, they've got MV's number, and